This is When You Were Everything, pages 41, 42, and 43. And it's happening now. We're back in the present tense, present time. Exits and entrances. I spend most of the weekend after the snowstorm in Daddy's warm apartment. Since the divorce, I'm officially supposed to spend every other weekend with him, and I squeeze in a little more time whenever I can. We mostly sit around in our pajamas when I'm over, drinking hot beverages or drinks, talking about the books we've read recently, and listening to music. But this weekend is a little different. On Saturday, I spend most of my waking hours planning new memory-making strategies. When Daddy sees me making a long list of all the places that remind me of Layla, he says, "You can't approach your whole life like it's a homework assignment, baby girl." This is such a Daddy thing to say that I have no trouble ignoring it completely. "But I can, though," I say, before turning back to his laptop, where I'm reading articles about friendship dissolution, which means breakups, and typing out my list and watching videos about how to get over a breakup. As a librarian, I tell him without looking away from the screen, you should value research as much as I do. He just shakes his head and pours me more tea. By Sunday afternoon, I feel poised or in control, balanced, and ready to overwrite some memories. I decide to head to Dolly's, Layla's and my favorite diner. We'd meet there every weekend, usually on Sundays, to finish up last-minute homework, so it seems like a fitting place to start. Sundays are always a little sad because I have school the next day, and for Daddy and me because we both know we probably won't see each other all week. Now that I don't end my weekends with Layla at Dolly's, they're extra depressing. "Want to come with me?" I ask, but he doesn't seem into the idea. "I don't want to think about her every time I walk past that restaurant," I tell him as I slip my arms into my coat. "I'm just not sure this is the best way to go about things, Cleo. I understand that you're sad, but new memories don't just make old ones go away. You were friends with Layla for a long time, and now you just aren't anymore." "Harsh, Daddy. I guess what I mean is, it's not so easy to rewrite history." I shrug, like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. But once my dad's on a roll, it's hard to stop him. "All the world's a stage, right?" Daddy continues, starting to quote one of his favorite Shakespeare passages. "And all the men and women merely or just players. They have their exits and their entrances." An exit is when a performer leaves the stage, and an entrance is when they go on the stage. I want to roll my eyes, but begrudgingly I nod. Begrudgingly means that you have to agree, but you don't really want to. "I think it was just Layla's time to exit, honey. And that's okay. Why don't you just stay and have dinner here, with me?" I want to tell him about my fall and the song that was playing, about hearing Gigi in my head that morning on the platform, about signs and how she always told me to pay attention to the universe. But I don't want him to know how my chest tightens at the sight of the most random things because of how intertwined or connected my and Layla's lives had become, how much I now hated her, and how much I miss what we used to have. I look at his coppery eyes, so like mine. I reach up and straighten my glasses because they're perpetually or always crooked. What should I do then? Or what should I do instead then? I ask, crossing my arms. "It will just take time," he insists. "No offense, Daddy," I say, standing up, "but I have to try something." I kiss his cheek and head to Dolly's, on my own.